Okay, today we are filming a brief tutorial training video on how to do your initial keyword research for a new product using Helium 10. So we have another video that we filmed a couple of years ago on doing your keyword research using merchant words. And nowadays, there are other keyword research tools, and one of the most popular ones is Helium 10. So I don't personally have a big preference on which keyword tool because they kind of all work. Helium 10 is a bit more thorough and a lot of people like it, so I felt it would only be fair if we did a training video on how we're doing keyword research. So I'm going to cut right to the chase. So I've sort of prepared this keyword research so I've opened Helium 10 and I've opened 3 separate tabs for their Cerebro reverse ASIN lookup tool, and I'll explain what that means. Helium 10 is funny. They have a little bit of humor. I've met Manny Coates, nice guy. We're on his podcast. They've got these funny little names for their different tools. Cerebro, the black box, and this one's pretty cool. So essentially how it works is once you've done your initial research of your product, so you would type in your main keyword. In this case, we typed in dog leash. And we pulled up a list using Jungle Scout of our top sellers, and then we ranked it in descending order of sales volume. So what we're going to do is we're going to open a separate tab for each one of the top selling similar products. So let's say I'm going to launch a retractable dog leash. So I'm going to open up a tab for this one. I'm going to skip this one because this is not retractable. I'm going to open up a tab for this one. I'm going to skip, and we'll do this one. So we've opened up 3 tabs for our top 3 competing products. Then what we're going to do is we're going to copy the ASIN. ASIN stands for Amazon Standard Identification Number. So every product has an ASIN. We're going to copy each one of those ASINs and individually paste them into each of the 3 Cerebro tabs. So we've done it for each one of these 3 products. We've copied and pasted the ASIN number in there. The next step is to simply run the reverse search on each 3 of these products. So now we've got a list of what Helium 10 has discovered are the keywords that this particular ASIN is indexed for. We've got that for each of the 3 top competing products. Now what we want to do is very simply export each one of these 3 lists into an Excel spreadsheet, which downloads right here. And we'll do that for all 3 of these right now. Okay, so now all 3 of those spreadsheets are downloaded. Let's go take a look at them. So I've got all 3 of them here. As you can see, there's Grid Export 1, Grid Export 2. And then I also have a new spreadsheet that I opened that I'm titling Master Keyword List Dog Leash. And you'll see what we'll do with that in a moment. I'm going to go ahead and minimize that now. And we're going to go through each one of these at a time. So now what we want to do is we want to sort all of these in descending by exact phrase search volume. So Cerebro will give you, all of these different columns, and it can be confusing. I don't care about their IQ score, so we can actually delete this from each of those spreadsheets. I don't care about broad phrase search volume or competing products or any of this other stuff. All we're interested in is the exact phrase search volume. So just to make it easy, let's go ahead and delete everything else that is on this list. So now all we're left with is exact phrase search volume. Again, we want exact phrase. That means the Amazon shopper is typing in those exact words in the exact order without any misspellings, because we're looking for exact phrase search terms. We're just going to go ahead and highlight this. We'll click on Data, and then we will sort descending. Yes, we want to expand the selection so it also sorts the words themselves. And now we have our list in descending order. Let's do that for each of these 3 reports. Okay, so we've done it on all 3 reports. It took about I don't know, 2 minutes at the most. Now we're going to go through and we're going to arbitrarily choose the top 100 search terms. After 100, these search terms are so low volume that we don't really care about them. So we'll just take the top 100, including the search volume, and we'll scroll up. We're going to copy all of it. So we'll take the top 100 and we'll go ahead and just X, or we can copy. And now what we're going to do is we're going to tab over to our master list that we haven't done anything with, and we're going to go ahead and paste that in there. Okay, just go ahead and stretch this out a little bit, and we're going to do that for all three of these reports. So essentially, we're taking 3 reports. We're taking the top 100 search terms from each of those 3 reports, and we're pasting them into one new report that we're calling Master Keyword List. So we'll have a total of 300 search terms when we're done, and then we'll go over the next step. Okay, so now we have our 300 top search terms from each of those 3 reports. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we'll go back to Cerebro, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to open 3 different tabs for the magnet tool. So if we just click that 3 times, holding down the command button or control button if you're using a PC, it should open up 3 tabs for this magnet tool. Here we go. And using these top 3 competitors that we already have open, just briefly look through and grab the top 2, what you can see to be the top 2 main keywords. So looks like retractable dog leash is one of them. The top 2 or 3. And we'll go ahead and we'll plug that keyword in. And let's go and find another one. Let's see, heavy duty. Trying to see if there's one that really jumps out. Medium leash. Scalable dog walking. Let's try dog walking leash. Let's just do these 2. These are going to be the 2 big ones. So there we go. So in one tab we've got retractable dog leash, and the other one we have dog walking leash. We only really need to do 2. So we can close that first tab. And we're going to go ahead and search to do a keyword search using the magnet tool on each of those 2 keywords. So as you can see, it found a lot of keywords, and some of them have nothing to do with our product, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and export that list in Excel, and we'll do the same thing for this other report. So far this has taken about maybe 10 minutes. And similar to our Cerebro search, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to delete the magnet score, because we're not really paying attention to score right now. And we'll delete all of the other columns except for the exact phrase search volume. So we're going to do that on all both of these reports, because we only have 2. And then we're going to sort these the same way we did on the other 3 reports in descending search volume. Okay, so now we have both of these in descending volume. And we'll go ahead and we'll copy the top 100. And we'll paste each of those top 100s into our master keyword list. All right, now we have, about almost 500 search terms or keywords in our list. And we haven't filtered this at all yet because we just want to get all of those different reports into one master list. So now we've done essentially 5 different lists combined into one master list. And each one of them we sorted individually. Now we're going to resort this entire list in descending volume. And here we go. This is the big descending volume master list. Now, the first thing that you're going to notice is that a bunch of these keywords are completely nonsensical for our product. So this is the part where we're going to manually go through here and we're going to filter out all of the garbage and all the duplicates. So you can see that we have a lot of duplicate words and a lot of words like curling iron and bounce house and smoke detector that for some reason the keyword magnet tool found those that are not really relevant for our product. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to delete anything that, that is not relevant. We're going to delete all the duplicates. Here we go. So we want to just be left with all the relevant top 20 keywords in descending order. So this is going to take a few minutes. All right, so that took me about, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes. I wasn't watching the clock, but it wasn't very long. And I deleted all of the duplicate search terms and all of the irrelevant search terms. So I decided to go ahead and do our top 30. And I did leave a few in here that were not totally relevant, but high volume, pet carrier. Although that's not a very relevant keyword for a dog leash or large pet dog crate, excuse me. Those are not obviously dog leash search terms, but they're close enough, similar, where we might want to use them to drive similar traffic. And just kind of a little tip on how to do that is in the copywriting itself, you can use comparisons with other keywords like, our retractable dog leash works best with large dog crates. And that way you're using this high volume search term in your listing, even though you're not saying it's a large dog crate. You could say it works with, or a lot of our customers that have large dog crates prefer a retractable dog leash because of blah, 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 blah. And that way you're borrowing some of that traffic. And that way, the occasional person who's looking for large dog crates might see your listing and go, hey, I need a retractable dog leash as well. So we'll go ahead and leave those, I would call them sort of semi-relevant keywords. But we do have a bunch of very relevant keywords in here. And even if yours is a large leash and we have words like small leash or puppy leash, you can say things like, unlike the typical puppy leash, our large dog leash works best after they're 12 months old. Or you can use different terminology like that so the person who's looking for a puppy leash knows, they see your listing and they know, gosh, when my dog is a little bit bigger, when he grows up, I'm going to buy this one. So there's clever ways of using semi-relevant keywords in the copywriting or in the listing without totally keyword stuffing irrelevant search terms. So now we have our top 30 list, or you can do 20 or 40. I usually suggest top 20, but we decided to go with 30 today. And this is it. These are the highest volume relevant keywords. That entire process, I don't know if you were looking at the clock when I edit this video, I'll say how many minutes it was, but that total time wasn't very long. So definitely worth it. And from here, you can go ahead and use this in your copywriting and in your listing. Now, just the thing about Helium 10, there are other tools like the keyword checker. This thing tells you if you're, which of those keywords you're indexed for. I believe there's a tool in here where you can actually process, the Frankenstein tool, where you can dump a bunch of keywords in there and it'll remove any duplicates. So maybe that would have taken that list that I had and that I manually sorted and helped me with that. But there's a lot of different little tools here, and some of them are really, really cool. But those are the top 2 that we're using currently for that initial keyword research. I hope you found this video helpful, and good luck in your search term hunting.